Hey everyone, a lot of you know that we like to do some EDC stuff on this channel that includes knives and pens and things like that. There are a few reviews of the Kizer, what is it called? The Kizer, can't even remember that, I'm tired. The Kizer Yorkie EDC knife. There are a few reviews already on YouTube regarding this knife. However, I kind of thought that some of them were a little long-winded and just didn't kind of get into the nitty-gritty of this knife. And as you all know, on this channel, when we have a product, we don't just like to crap on it, or for that matter, praise it. We like to give some constructive criticism about it as well. So this is the Kizer, again, Kizer Yorkie EDC knife. Starts off with this very fancy, beautiful, nice box. So, put a lot of thought into the box, which is, you know, cool, I guess. Opens up like a, I don't know, pretty unique. In here, you've just got a folder, probably full of some marketing material. You've got a little cloth to clean it, and then again, yeah, some, probably the story of Kizer. That's exactly what that is. I'm gonna put that to the side. You got the knife itself. Got a little sheath, which, you know, I guess it's kind of a nice addition. And then you've got a couple more screws here. I guess just some extra screws, just in case. So, full disclosure, I've already unboxed and used this knife a little bit, so I want to go over just some key points with this thing. Stuff that you all might be interested. First and foremost, this is the one with the ivory handle. They also do come in black, comes with red with a silver blade, and it also has a titanium version. However, the titanium version, which even though it looks nicer, does not have the M390 steel. And ultimately, when you are buying a knife these days, I feel like if you want to get the cream of the crop, you get M390 steel. This ivory color, not a huge fan of. It stains. I only had this in my blue jeans for like a little bit, and there's, I don't know if it's picking it up on camera or not, but there is already a little bit of staining happening on the ivory. So I don't really love that. The lock on it, so this is one of these, whatever these are called, I'm just not thinking right today, guys, I'm sorry. But it's got one of these locking mechanisms here where you just sort of pull that back, blade recesses back in. For what it's worth, the blade is very, very smooth. If we try to do the lock test, it just flops down. That's the mark of good bearings. The blade is razor sharp, okay? So, I mean, this thing is gonna cut through whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want. They did a fantastic job with the steel, the M390. It's got that beautiful black coating on it, very high quality. And again, for basically $100 knife, getting that M390 in this price bracket, you really can't ask for a whole lot more. Quality-wise, everything about it feels good. It's firm. There's no wiggle in the blade. Like, I mean, it is really, like, good and set in there. So that's really a mark of good quality there. The latch is fantastic. Again, mark of good quality there. Blade, excellent quality, M390, mark of good quality there. I don't really like the clip here. It's not cheap. I mean, it feels sturdy, and, you know, it's on there really well, and it does fit in the pants pretty well. The reason why I don't like it is because it's just a little bit kind of small and awkward looking for the frame of the knife. It also does leave a little bit of gap here, maybe like a little bit more gap than I would prefer for your jeans. Like if you compare it to a Barnes, for example, I mean, I guess the ratio, you know, ratio-wise, no, actually no, the Barnes does have a slightly shallower clip. So let's talk about some pros, and then I'll go to the cons really quick. So pros, sharp blade, good quality, everything about this knife just screams awesome, especially at $100. Where I think they need to improve upon this knife. The clip, make it a little bit shallower, a little less awkward looking. The overall design of the handle is like a little bit strange. You know, it's got this kind of curvature in here, but it doesn't really, you know, add anything to the knife other than it's just kind of aesthetic. I don't like how the body of the knife is open. So, you know, like gunk and crap can kind of like get in there, which I don't like. Although I guess one could make the argument that you can also wash it out a little bit easier. But, you know, like a knife, like, you know, I don't know, most knives, the body of the knife is kind of like closed. And then I don't like the name Ray Laconico right there in the open where you can see that. I wish that just said Yorkie. It says Kizer here. It says Yorkie on the other side. But I wish that didn't. I don't want to look at somebody else's name, you know, all day long when I'm checking out my knife. Those are small complaints. I mean, I'm really, really small complaints. And then again, the last other complaint is that the ivory handle on here is stainable. I'd recommend either going with the red and silver or the black on black if you can. But I also think that they should make the titanium version in the M390 steel. That would be ideal. So that's it. That's the Kaiser Yorkie. Has a lot of interesting things it came packed with. Most stuff I wish that they probably would have just kept the box simple and then just give you a slightly more improved knife, maybe. But they really didn't skimp on it. I mean, for what you're paying for, it is a very fantastic quality knife. And I think that anybody that buys it will enjoy it. Just, just want to be kind of aware of a couple of those things. As a knife, it is going to knife to perfection. And that's really ultimately what you want, right? Is you want just a good quality knife that will last you a long time and be a good companion out in the wilderness. Also, the plastic does feel actually a little bit cheap on the ivory and stuff. But I mean, again, overall build quality on it is fantastic. You really can't, and it's not even just fantastic for a $100 knife. I mean, it just is really good build quality. But especially considering its price and the M390 steel, it's hard to ask for a whole lot more. So anyway, if you have any questions about the Kaiser Yorkie, feel free to reach out to us in the comment section. Otherwise, please like and subscribe, and we'll be back with another video really soon.